What is going on? Welcome everyone to another edition of Late Night on Base. Doing things differently. If you didn't know, I've started to do daily shows every single day on X, on YouTube. The bull runs here, so we just need to kind of pump out content daily. Still do podcasts, still do spaces. Those are dope, but now we need to kind of teach what's going on in the world to every single day there's something new. Again, I don't care if there's one person watching, 100, 1,000, doesn't matter. If you can learn something from my streams, that is all that matters. So congratulations. If you're watching this, that means there is 86,000 Bitcoin. Pretty crazy, right? But you might be, if you're new here, you might be like, what the fuck? How did this happen? Told you guys, this is we're in the final leg of the bull run. Let me start sharing some stuff. And a lot to talk about, especially Binance and some of the things going on. But yeah, let's look at this. So obviously, just yesterday was 80K, now it's 86K and counting. I mean, if you're a bear, you literally are fucking retarded, honestly. Excuse my language. I don't understand how anyone would want to short this. I don't you're not smarter. You're literally fueling the run up. So I guess a lot of shorts have been absolutely squeezed. So remember, if you're on the sidelines right now, or maybe you're in some other alts and I know the feeling. You see Bitcoin run, but your charts, your coins aren't really doing anything. You might be like, damn, I'm missing it out. What's going on? Why aren't my alts moving? Please understand, your time will come. It goes Bitcoin, then Ethereum, Solana, then your major alts, then your micro caps. Your time will come as long as you don't own complete dog shit. So, the worst thing you can do at this moment, if you're, in other positions, is to chase other coins. Don't do that. And especially don't chase Bitcoin. Let Bitcoin do its thing. Do not enter Bitcoin at this moment if you're not already in. I think it's a grave mistake, and I think new people need to kind of know that. So super cool to see. But let's talk a little bit about. So okay, Bitcoin is crazy, and then I do want to highlight Doge. Doge is at 32 cents. 32 cents, up 17% in the day. That is insane. And again, this is of course showing that memes are here. If there was no appetite for memes, you wouldn't be having Doge do its thing, print this massive candle, and it's still going to go higher. Again, it's not going to go, like I said, this is the final phase of the bull run. Hopefully it lasts all year. I don't know if it will, but it's going to be pretty big. So Doge, you love seeing it. What's going to happen is, again, it's going to rotate. Doge is going to do its thing. What do you think is going to happen the moment Doge is done pushing? I don't know how high it's going to go for this little cycle. What do you think is going to happen? They're just going to leave the money there? No, what's going to happen is they're going to rotate. So that's why I've been stressing. Make sure position yourself in high quality beta plays, memes, top memes in different chains. If you've been following my account, you probably should know what's pretty good these days. So you're in a bull run when I want to talk about Binance. And again, I want this show to be for people who aren't in the trenches. And every day there's some crazy stuff going on. So obviously you need somebody to tell you these things. And guess what? Your boy Bill will teach you. Overnight, Binance listed 2 coins, Peanut the Squirrel and some random AI coin. I think it's called the Act. If you never heard of the Act, I don't blame you. But Peanut, you probably did hear about. Peanut was, a squirrel that kind of became a symbol for, conservatives, basically. Not to get too political, but, they killed a squirrel because the owner, had a squirrel and was against the law. I think it's absolutely absurd that they did that, but not a political discussion, but that's what happened. And it became kind of like a symbol, rallying cry. Elon started tweeting it. So if you look at the squirrels chart, and again, so they listed the squirrel in the Act, and I want to kind of just show you what happened because it was pretty fucking wild. So let's show you squirrel. So squirrel, strong and out of the gate. And again, I want to highlight these kind of coins because this is kind of crazy to me. And if you are not a believer in meme coins, I mean, you're very misguided. So it started off at nothing, and then within a day, it hit about 100 million, or maybe it was a day. Let's see, 2 days. I don't know. maybe 2 days. Hit 100 million consolidated, and then as of yesterday, was trading at around 100 million market cap. And, you see the chart, and then boom, Binance listed it spot on its exchange. It went from, actually, it was like around 90 million. It went to 90 million all the way up to, wow, it hit about 580 million market cap. And that was only because of one exchange listing. And that is absolutely crazy. And just so you guys know, for those asking right now, because as I'm growing this channel, I'm going to get new people. This channel is not just for Base Chain. And I want to repeat that. Base is great. I love Base, but Base is only one part of the crypto ecosystem. This show is going to be for everything. And I don't really want to change the name of the show. So Late Night on Base is your source for all crypto news. I love Base. I will talk a lot about Base, but I got to go and talk about where the volume is, because I think that's what's important for me, for you, for the average investor. But thank you for watching. Okay, so back to Peanut. So yeah, Binance, boom, it hit that. And that's insane. That went from 80 million to 500 just on an exchange listing. Now, let me show you another one, Act. Now, this one, I didn't even know what this is, and I'm in the trenches. Look what happened here. Boom. This one's a little controversial because no one really knew about Act. And it went from 17 million to it hit 500 million. That's insane. And I definitely am not recommending buying it at all. So this is not me telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what happens when you're in a Binance listing run. And, typically that should be a huge indicator that is a huge indicator. When you see coins pumping like that amount on one listing, you're in a bull run. And I've seen this time and time again. And that, to me, yesterday's signal was just like, wow, this is it, guys. If you're not believing we're in a bull run, these candles do not occur in a bear market. These candles do not, no one cares. So the volume is there. So as a casual participant, it's important to kind of like find which is the next coins that Binance is going to list, or what Coinbase is going to list. Because I think the two exchanges that have the most impact by far is Coinbase and Binance. Everyone wants one of those listings. All the other exchanges, honestly, is not that important. I know people get excited about a MEXC listing. Not important at all. KuCoin, that's better. I think that's actually, they don't list too many new things, but you want the gold standards Binance, and you want Binance, and you want Coinbase. I'm going to talk to you guys quickly about what I think is good criteria for Binance and Coinbase, and I'll get to some of the questions. First, though, we have a question. Site Pleasure. Hi, do you think the money flow will respect the order like each cycle? Absolutely. The only difference is, again, Bitcoin, if you're sidelined, you're not holding a position of Bitcoin, and I expect many of you aren't holding a position of Bitcoin. And it doesn't matter. I mean, 85,000 Bitcoin, that's expensive. But just hold on to your core coins, because the money flow always will happen. It's human nature. Think about it. It's human nature. Everyone wants to most maximize their returns. And, Bitcoin's not curing cancer. Only if anyone's saying, oh, only hold Bitcoin, nothing else, ignore them. They're fucking stupid, or they're just naive. Money is going to flow where the volume is. So everyone is flowing into Bitcoin, and it is going to stall. Don't know when it's going to stall. That's not my important thing, is not to time it. Then the money is going to seek the opportunity to make more money. You go into your higher alts like ETH, Solana. If you notice, Solana was at like $220, right? Let me look at this. Going back to this chart, let's see. Doge is at 32. We'll hit 32 cents. But if you look at, Ethereum made a huge move. Let's see. Yeah, Ethereum is at 3,300. It was at 2,300 about before the election. Money is flowing into it. Same with Solana. Let's see where Solana is. Boom. Same with Solana. It was at 160. So it's just the test of time is the same thing. They're going to move into this. It's going to pump. And then it's going to eventually, that will stall out, and then it's going to flow into your alts. It's the same thing. The only difference I would expect this time is the coins that you rotate into, the tech alts, I don't believe are what you need to put into. Don't invest back into tech alts. That would be my true suggestion. You need to focus more on the memes. And that to me is kind of where it's at. And if you look at Murad, we'll go through a couple of those before, close things up. But if you're in like a utility-based project, I don't think that's the right answer. So, of course, money rotation is going to go from the top, Ethereum or Bitcoin, then to Ethereum, Solana, Doge. Then it's going to work its way down, but it's going to work its ways down onto the middle, like the high-end, middle cap memes, and then the low cap memes. Tech alts are done. I'm sorry. I just don't see money rotating there. Maybe they'll have a little run. Just don't see it. So that would be my suggestion to you. Thank you for the question. Let's see. Anyways, back to what I was going to say, and I'll get to a few of those comments. So, yeah. So long story short, you want to see kind of what is the next Bitcoin. I mean, what is the next coin that Binance is. And if you look at the Binance effect, let's see this. So obviously, it went up one token jumping 2000%. That was this ACT coin. Like I said, it went from like 18 million to, I don't know, 500 million. So the question is, what is the next coins that they're going to look at? There was an article saying that Binance is now listed for the top 5 pump fund coins. Again, for those that don't know, maybe you're new, Pump Fund is created a platform where it just allows random people to create a coin. 99.999% of it is complete garbage, but you do get a few outliers. And those are the ones that, really do print generational wealth because people get in at such a low cap. So I believe they listed GOAT, they listed ACT, Moondang. I don't know if they listed Fartcoin or Sigma, but this is kind of the list. And if you look at the list, these are the top of all time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the top. I'd say here's the top 8 up to 92 million. So there's 7 over 100 million market cap, and 8 is close by at 92. So it seems to me, when it comes down to Binance, if you're looking at coins, you have to have volume. You just have to. Volume is extremely important. And if you don't have, let's see, there's Go. I don't know where the squirrel one is, but it is a Pump Fund. So I don't know why Peanut's not there. But if you look at Peanut, the biggest thing that you have to look at if you're looking into a meme coin is you have to have volume. This has 320 million in volume. Granted, most of it now is on Binance, but prior to Binance, I mean, it was probably like around 100 million. So without volume, your shitcoin is not going anywhere. So just keep that in mind. If you have a coin that you think it's going to go, you need to have some volume and you have to have the liquidity to back it up. That's the only way they'll list something like that. My boy. Yes. By the way, everyone check out my boy Chaos Chris. We do a show every Wednesday. The Next Layer. I love that one. I always look forward to that one, man. Shout out to you, man. You're the GOAT. But yeah, listen to him. Don't fade squirrel coins. Actually, it's like a squirrel meta now. So I think there's going to be a lot of derivatives. But yeah, I mean, it's just exciting to see that Binance has listed something that great or that small, not small, but seeing that effect is making me excited, man. And that's why I'm really committing to doing this show every single day, because if you're not in the trenches, it's hard to, know about what's going on, right? It just is. So we got to change that, because I honestly believe, moments like this, the next few months, occur once in a lifetime. Yeah, maybe once every 4 years, but I truly believe that after this cycle, it's not going to be the same. You're going to get massive regulations. I guarantee they'll do some sort of, regulation with Pump Fund. I think, because too many people have gotten burned. So enjoy it while it lasts. They can easily block off the on-ramp of these coins on either Phantom or Uniswap through a blacklist. Most people don't know that. Like, you can easily basically make your coin untradeable. So enjoy the next 5-6 months. Do it for your family. Do it for your legacy. Do it for your kids, your grandkids, because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So that's what we do. The late night on base. anyways, back to what I'm saying. So yeah, so peanut, that's the last I'll talk about peanut, but massive candle, massive volume. So what's the next coins that, and again, the same criteria for Binance is the same for Coinbase. And I think for sure that, well, a couple things. I think Coinbase and Binance are by far the number 1 and 2, hands down. Everything else is secondary. But to get a listing on those sites, it's extremely difficult. But if you do get listed, I think your coin, your project success is going to do very well, because normies do not know how to do stuff on chain. They're not on MetaMask. They're not on Rabby Wallet. They're not fucking with Uniswap or Phantom or, Jupiter or whatever you're using. They want to log into an exchange, put their password in, log in, click buy, log out. So your goal is to need, as a project, you want to get on the exchange with the most users. Binance and Coinbase are the 1 and 2, or the 2 and 1, however you want to say, hands down, by far. Coinbase leads the West, Binance leads the East, but they have really hard criteria. And Coinbase especially has extremely hard criteria. So let's talk Coinbase, because if you can, the goal is now you make your most money if you can get into a coin prior to one of these listings. And unless if you're, unless if you're working for the Coinbase team or the Binance listing team, and it happens one of you guys are working for them and need to hire somebody, holler at your boy, because I'm guaranteed to make millions, but we don't have the opportunity. So you got to go in the trenches. You got to kind of see what you think is the best chance of making those things. So Solana, okay, so I'll do Base, what I think, and Coinbase and Base are interrelated, right? Base is the brainchild of Coinbase. Jesse Pollock's now on the executive board of Coinbase. It's their baby, and I do not see it ever failing, because Coinbase has so much resources behind them to make it succeed that I have no doubt it's going to. And so let's talk about Base. And I think there's a few questions. Well, first I want to say, and I'll get to the loose is still a good buy, and Kings Meadow, if you're still listening, absolutely, it's a good buy. That's literally my most bullish Solana play. I'll get back to it, but let's talk real quick about Base. And when it comes to Base, obviously Brett's leading it right now. It's the highest market cap. It's a good coin. It's a good project, but it's not the greatest project. I'm not a maxi. It has a great coin. I'm sure it's going to do well, but it is very centrally controlled. It's a cabal coin. Good or bad, it doesn't really matter, but it is what it is. The supply is controlled by a few individuals. It was created that way, and that's good and bad. Obviously, the good is number goes up, because as long as the people who have the supply control it and aren't nefarious, it's going to do well. And people like Crashes Clay has shown he's a great guy, in the sense of like he's not market dumping, right? So it's a great coin. It leads the market. I have no doubt Brett's going to do well, and it should be on everyone's radar if you're interested in it. The question to me, though, is if it's for a Coinbase listing, you have to ask yourself, does it matter that it's not really decentralized? To me, I don't think it matters, because I don't think any of these coins are really that decentralized. I think Binance has shown that, like Peanut and whatever, they don't probably really care. It was a pump fund launch. So I think you can't be bullish on Base without being bullish on Brett. But again, it's already a $1 billion market cap. I think for sure it'll do well. I don't 100% know if it'll get listed. If it gets listed, you're just going to see this. Boom. You're just going to see like giant candle to like 10 billion or some shit. 5 to 10 billion. Easy. So let's root for it, because if it does go to that high, I guarantee the money will flow. But for me, I said it many, many times, and I'll say it again. To me, this is the coin, Miggles. And I think this is much more decentralized. This is not a question of whether I think, it's going to be Brett or Miggles. What's better? They're both good. But I'm betting on Coinbase will list Miggles. And at 35 million market cap, to me, it has the risk reward of I like my odds. I guess you could say. And if you notice criteria, it already has $1 million in liquidity, which is really important. And the volume, 690,000 volume is extremely impressive and solid. They're not going to go with like anything that's like 220K market cap or 20K volume or anything of that nature. So you got to make sure you have a coin that has sufficient volume. And that honestly is a very important thing for anyone new. So make sure you have that. So for me, I like Miggles. But again, I'm not here to talk about which coins I like, but Miggles to me has the best upside, but I think you have to be bullish on Brett. So listen, at the end of the day, the goal is to make the most gains, is to get the coins before it goes onto the exchanges. And you have to be familiar with the on-chain meta. And so that, with that being said, get familiar with base. There's a lot of great base ecosystem plays. And it's just heating up. And so let me answer some questions. Well, Meyer, you're asking me just specifically, some high cap, low cap. Well, I just said Miggles, Brett, I love them. But, currently at the moment, I really like Boomer. And I really think that coin is going to do very, very well. And again, this is just my opinion. And I like XAG. It's a new one. If you were looking for a micro cap, XAG to me is going to do pretty well. Or I like my odds on XAG. I haven't really talked about it much just because it's new and I'm very, I always am aware, but I like the narrative of silver, pegging the price of a coin to 1 ounce of silver. Reminds me a lot of like Bitcoin on base. That thing on its first leg up, and again, everything has 5 moves, but on the first move up, Bitcoin on base went to about 40 million from nothing. And this was like in March, April. I expect silver to have that same type of narrative. Again, it's the same thing, except it's pegging to the silver price, except not like Bitcoin on base. Great project. But that thing hit 40 million. And so why can't this hit 40 million? This is only 500K. So that's one I like. Ski's good one too. Obviously, it's got a loyal cult following. So those are some that I like. If you have any you like, please let me know. Now, when it comes to this one, loose, and again, I do this thing every single day, and I want to ensure that you guys know what's going on in the markets. The last I'll say about this one is loose still a good buy? Well, before I get to that one, shout out to Ape Tardio. Now, Ape Tardio I like a lot too. And those guys, and I'll tell you why I like Ape Tardio a lot. Let me actually pull the chart up for Ape Tardio. I'm going to do a live stream with those guys. And the reason I like, and none of these teams are paying me. Ape Tardio hasn't paid me a dime. But I like them, and I'll tell you why. So the vibe in the community is just hilarious. Ape Tardio is, I got to give them props because they raid really hard, and clear move back to all-time high is like, I don't know, what is this? A 7x to all-time high. I like the odds. And the thing is this thing's been cooking since the June timeframe, and they haven't really left. So what happens is on an initial 5-wave move, you have, this is just a little TA thing because I like TA. So typically you have your one move up, then you have your retracement, your second move. So what happens is coins can either just go to hell, to zero, they rug, or they actually commit, the loyal holders stay, and then eventually you get moves like this. It might take a while, it might take the whole bull run, but that's what happens. And the fact is they survived. But not only have they survived, they've just like been really, really motivated and hilarious. So I do have to give a shout out to them. Happy to do a live stream for the Ape Tardio family. But yeah, let me get back real quick. Is Lusa still a good buy? Kings Meadow, absolutely. Last thing I'll say on that. Loose to me is the best beta play on Solana. If you are bullish on Solana, I think you should be bullish on Loose. Reason why, again, it's the chart. Charts, women lie, charts, or men lie, women lie. The charts don't lie. And the chart is showing me that it is, let's see. So if you notice, it's cleared its all-time high. It's working on its third move. It might dip down. It doesn't really matter. But if you notice, everything is done with a 5-wave move. It had its micro 1, micro 2. It's working on its 5th wave. This might be, micro 3, 4, and then eventually I expect it to go higher. And the fact is, it's a great narrative. And, the Catholic Church has all the resources. Everything's about narrative, right? So I'm very bullish on loose. I expect 400 or 500 million, especially if they get a Binance listing. I think this is the next one that they will list. Volume is amazing, 52 million. And look at the liquidity. This is like a whale's paradise. So not financial advice, of course, but I am very bullish on loose. But yeah, that is pretty much all. Let's see if there's any new comments. Warpy. I do know Warpy. I'm not as bullish on Warpy. I haven't talked to them in a while, but and Dog on Me. Yeah, Dog on Me is good too. I haven't dived too much in there. There's just so many. Floppa, Toshi, Ebert. Oh, Ebert. Ebert was on the podcast. I do like Ebert as well. Good guys. Part of the Let's Touch Base community with myself and Rachel Rose. So shout out to them. But listen, guys, I do these every single day. You come, it's going to be around this time. So if you're watching on YouTube, shout out to you. If you're watching on X, shout out to you. We're going to be doing this every single day. If you think I'm annoying, I don't give a fuck. If you think I'm cool, that's cool. Whatever. I welcome you all because I just want to teach, because this to me is the moment in our lives that we will never have again. So I appreciate you all. We'll do this again next time, which is tomorrow. If you have questions, come on down. This is Late Night on Base. I'm your boy, Bill the fucking Bull. See you all tomorrow.